We've heard a lot of sort of threatening language from Washington, from Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, from other officials about the consequences for Pakistan if there's a terrorist attack in the United States. How is all of that being received in Islamabad?
Very angry response to that from all quarters in Pakistan. And I think Obama had to mellow it down subsequently. I think Hillary Clinton was a bit impetuous in her giving her remarks. And behind that, of course, you know, she belongs to the Israeli lobby. And Israelis were, obviously, they want Pakistan to be indicted somehow in the nuclear issue. But Obama had earlier on, if you remember, in the nuclear summit, he had given a clean check to Pakistan. And this was sort of a response to that. I still feel that this is a frame-up. Faisal Shehzad's case is a frame-up. From all intelligence point of view, with my all background of the intelligence statecraft or intelligence craft, I can with certainty almost say that this was a frame-up.
And when you say it's a frame-up, you mean the connections that have been alleged between Shehzad and the Taliban?
Of course, initially they said that he went to North Waziristan. Now they are saying he went to Bahman. So in their own statements, there is a dichotomy.
How does the Pakistani army view, there's a lot of pressure obviously to go into North Waziristan, a lot of pressure from the United States.
It is resisting because that would be disastrous. Already we have about 140,000 troops deployed on that border. And Pakistan army, without pulling out from the eastern border, cannot undertake another operation in North Waziristan. It's a very tough territory. So I think that rightly and very wisely they are not doing it. Professionally it is not possible.
We've also heard some reports that there have been parts of the Swat Valley where the Taliban have come back. The Pakistani Pakistani government has struggled with rebuilding and helping displaced persons in the tribal agencies.
Yes, in Swat, yes, there is a bit of a problem, but that will continue. On the whole, the Swatis are very happy. The population is quite comfortable. They're not too much concerned about their safety and security. But it's an unusual situation. It takes time to settle after all.
Is the army going to be able to hold on to the territory that it gained in Swat, in South Waziristan?
I have no doubt about it. But then there has to be a political solution where army cannot simply run the administration. Civil administration has to be handled by the civilians. But the civil government is a bit tardy in its response. They are not matching the successes of the army at this time.
Does the civilian government even have the capacity to do the kind of rebuilding work that needs to be done?
They are not finding time from fighting the judiciary at the moment. This is rather unfortunate. Yeah.
In the past, there's been a tendency to sign peace treaties with the different Taliban groups in the tribal agencies, and those peace treaties have typically fallen apart after a short period of time. Is that still the preferred solution, though, in a place like North Waziristan?
Yes, it is. After you have given them a drubbing and they are on the back foot, it's about time that you enter into peace agreement with them. And it's only the Americans who would arm twist Pakistan into breaking that. The peace was broken every time by Pakistani government, except in Swat.
And is that the strategy? We hear these reports almost every day out of Orakzai, out of Bajor, out of those tribal agencies of 20 people killed, 30 people killed. Is that the strategy to, as you said, give the Taliban a drubbing and then look for some sort of a political solution?
Right now one doesn't see the civilian government taking off in its own initiatives. But the military is doing what it is trained to do. I mean, military has to kill anyone who fires at them or anyone who comes across them and appears to be hostile has to be killed. That's the job of the military is.
What, if anything, do you think could improve U.S.-Pakistani relations at this point?
Exit from Afghanistan. They must go because that's creating problems for the entire region. So it's good for Pakistan, good for Afghanistan, and ironically, eventually it will be good for India also, because Indians are on the wrong ship at the moment. They have boarded the American ship at a time when the American ship is going to sink in that region.
How would it benefit Pakistan if the U.S. left Afghanistan?
Well, peace will prevail, and because there is a sort of a pull between the American agenda and the will of people of Pakistan. So when there is a harmonization of the Pakistani policy with the will of the people, then everything will fall in place.